Hey students, this is Mr. Luna. Hope you're doing well. Today's video is on static electricity. Go ahead and set up your notebook. Alright, let's begin. Number 1. And remember, if the video is going too fast, you can always pause it or rewind it if you need to. So static electricity is the buildup of an electric charge on the surface of an object. So electricity doesn't really flow or move for a time. Go ahead and take a minute to write down that definition. We all felt static when we're walking on a carpet, and usually the static is usually a buildup on the or maybe a rug, maybe especially if it's made of wool or other similar materials. So we maybe felt it also if you've ever gone down a slide. And sometimes when it's windier, there'll be more static than when it's not windy. That's the definition here. Go ahead and add an example of static electricity would be lightning. Take a minute to finish copying and then make your question on the left-hand side. Okay, moving on to number 2. Static electricity usually is generated by objects that are in friction with each other. Let's look at a picture. So in this picture, a person's rubbing a balloon on their head, and that friction causes a static buildup on the outside of the balloon. This digital animation to see kind of how that happens. So if you take the balloon and then you rub it on a sweater, some of the electrons of the atoms are ripped from the atoms of the sweater, and the balloon, which is a rubber insulator, kind of builds up that charge on the outside, tapping at the atomic level. The questions for number 2. Okay, moving on to number 3. Insulators are more efficient at becoming statically charged than, let's say, conductors are. We talked about this earlier in the year. Conductors and insulators, for example, wood and wool are non-conducting materials. They are insulators. The balloon, which is rubber, is also an insulator. The electrons hang out on the outside but don't really go through the material, so that's why they build up over the course of time, and if they're under friction. Alright, go ahead and finish up number 3. Okay, moving on to the last one. Make sure you have your question for 3 here. Number 4. Adhesion. Adhesion is a force of attraction between two differently charged objects. Alright, let's look at a picture. Adhesion is the particles, the electrons in this particular manner, that are sticking on the outside of a insulator, like this rubber boot here. Okay, go ahead and finish up and then start your summary and advanced question. Have a great day.